If I were to go back from the moment I got hurt and say like, this is where you'll be, 10 years from now, it would seem like such a daunting task to live life in a wheelchair and be paralyzed. But you just take one day and one minute at a time, and take what you can control, your attitude, and just make a real decision that you're going to have a positive attitude and meet your goals and kick some butt. When I was 18 years old, I was playing at Pineview Reservoir. I broke my neck, and it left me paralyzed. It's the biggest challenge I've faced. My name is Josh Pack. I'm 28 years old. I just finished up a master's degree in accounting from Weber State, and I work as the senior accountant at Reese's Dental. When I'm not working and playing around with spreadsheets, I like to be outside. I like to hunt and enjoy the great outdoors. I like just hanging out on my deck and viewing the awesome scenery of the Ogden Valley. My favorite hobby is probably watching sports, and I'm a die-hard college basketball fan.
One timeout, they don't take it. Oh! Dream is alive! Loyola rambling on to the Sweet 16. Crossover, kicks it. Towns for three.
So it's good that it's March Madness.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your injury? What happened?
Yeah, sure. So it was just a normal day at the lake. I'd grown up wakeboarding and really just like living at the lake. We were over there almost every other day, wakeboarding and water skiing, and always playing with friends and family over there. And we were over there for a family reunion, and I just had gotten done wakeboarding and my neck kind of hurt. I ran out into the water about waist deep and just did a little surface dive, and I just couldn't move, and I broke my neck, and I was life flighted to McKay-Dee Hospital. I spent from the end of July until the end of February in a hospital.
And what year was this?
I broke my neck, it was 2008, and I returned home February, it was the end of February 2009. I went to a specialty hospital in Colorado. It's called Craig Hospital. It's a national renowned spinal cord injury hospital.
You went to Craig Hospital. What were some of your expectations going to the specialty physical therapy hospital in Colorado?
I was always really active and pretty fit physically before my accident, and I thought for sure give me a couple months and I'd be home and things would be back to normal and I'd be walking again.
Has there been a low point for you while being paralyzed the past 10 years?
Probably the lowest point for me is when I was able to start to get out of the hospital in Colorado and get around a little bit in a wheelchair, and I was at a Dick's Sporting Goods, and growing up I loved to play basketball. Played a little high school basketball, and it's just one of my favorite hobbies and sports. I just loved it, and I remember being in the basketball kind of section of Dick's Sporting Goods, and there was a basketball that I can't use my hands very well, and I just wanted to grab that basketball, and I couldn't, and it just broke my heart, and I remember just bawling my eyes out at the Dick's Sporting Goods there, and just having my heart break nothing I'd ever felt. It was tough. When I got home and I was still in a wheelchair, I was still paralyzed, then I just said, you know what, okay, I'm going to take 6 more months of therapy, and 6 months from now, then I'll be walking. And I set a bunch of intermediate goals on how often I was going to do physical therapy, and I was doing physical therapy every day, and the workout routine that I was doing, and everything else, and all my kind of short intermediary goals. And it seemed like I just kept pushing that time frame back and back. I'd go 6 months and I wasn't walking, and so I'd push it back another 6 months, and months turned into years, and before I knew it, I was at 2 years, and I was like, man, I got to set some other goals, because life's just going to pass me by unless I'm able to branch out and try new things and do more than just therapy and trying to walk again.
So what were some other goals besides walking again and doing therapy that you've been able to accomplish thus far?
Yeah, after I kind of decided that, I'm never not going to stop, not trying to walk again, but that I wanted to still, live a real life and accomplish other things that I could accomplish. And so I decided to get back into school and to get a degree. And I set some specific goals on, the degree that I wanted and the job that I wanted after school and where I wanted to end up in a few years.
Have you been able to reach those goals?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell us about your schooling.
First class that I actually took at Weber State actually was the second class was an accounting class, and it just clicked. And it seemed like, man, this is my calling, spreadsheets.
So do you
Shout out to all the nerds.
Would you consider yourself a math nerd?
I don't know about a math nerd. Accounting's a lot of rules, so maybe a little bit of both. But yeah, so I took that accounting class, and I was like, this just clicks. It seemed like, I knew I always wanted to go into business even before I got hurt. And accounting's the language of business. And so I got in, I just gave it everything that I had, and I just broke it up every semester. I knew that I wanted to try and get a 4.0, and I knew that my senior year that I wanted to be president of the Beta Alpha Psi Club. I knew what internship that I wanted to work at. I knew that the job offers from the specific accounting firms that I wanted job offers from. I set goals for that. I set goals, I have even future goals. I know how much money I want to be making when I'm 35, when I'm 40, where I want to be at, and I just keep working towards those goals. I graduated summa cum laude. I was at the top of my class, and I just finished up my master's degree. I got straight A's, and I am now working on passing the CPA test.
Can you show us your hands?
Sure.
Can you use your hands?
I cannot use.
Can you move your fingers?
Cannot move my fingers.
All right. How do you write? How do you type?
That was a big challenge, getting back into school and not being able to write or type. It was kind of just like a leap of faith. I knew that I wanted to get in and do school and make it happen, and so I would just show up to class, and instead of taking notes, I would just listen. And I started coming to class having read all the chapters and being prepared for class, and instead of just showing up. And that's made all the difference in my schooling, is just not showing up. Going the little extra mile is, being a little bit different has, in a weird way, kind of blessed me to maybe do a little bit more than what the average person was doing in school.
Josh continues to overcome his difficult challenges with a positive attitude, determination, and the will to serve others around him. He works full-time and is completely independent. He looks forward to the day when he will walk again and continues to inspire all those around him.
Nobody wants to be the